What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here with my breakdown and predictions for Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 13, titled Blackjack. I'm going to be looking at the promo and giving you guys my thoughts and breaking it down, and then also giving you guys my predictions for the episode, and then moving forward for Fear the Walking Dead. But if you are not caught up with Fear the Walking Dead, here's your spoiler warning, but other than that, let's get started. So it looks like this episode is going to focus on the majority of the characters, except maybe Charlie and Alicia. I mean, I could totally be wrong. I know a lot of fans right now are a little upset because it's been 2 episodes with Alicia. I just don't think they're going to fit in this episode because based on the promos and sneak peeks, it looks like it's going to mainly follow John and Strand, and then also Luciana, because it's been a while since we had those 3 characters together, or at all actually on screen. They're not together because Luciana's on her own. But then also, we're getting some Morgan in the group. And when I say Morgan in the group, I mean Morgan, June, and Al, and then also the new characters. So it's Sarah, Wendell, and then Jim. Yeah, Jim the beer guy. And I'm gonna start saying Morgan in the group because it looks like Morgan is leading that group. Because I've been noticing in previous videos, I've been literally naming off the characters. So I apologize for talking your ear off, but yeah, I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna say Morgan in the group. But I'm gonna talk about John and Strand in a little bit because we actually got 2 sneak peeks for just those 2 characters. So I feel like it's gonna focus a lot on them. But let's talk about the promo. So the first thing we see here is we see the group looking at this walker, Morgan in the group. They're looking at the walker that the new creepy girl put there for them. Because remember in the end of last episode, it looks like she's trying to send them a message. Because in the end of last episode, she killed Quinn, and then she's riding on the walker here, and then she's putting up the walkie-talkie up to the walker Quinn, and then kind of sending them a message to saying like you should be scared or something. Because she is kind of terrifying, and she has connection to them because she has this walkie-talkie. That's why she kind of heard them talking, Quinn and June, and that's why she knew they were on Highway 27. And she's very smart, and what she did in the end of last episode with the tape, putting it over to 1 to make it look like a 7, yeah, she's a very evil person, an evil genius, as you would say. But that being said, yeah, I'm very interested to see where Fear is headed, because this girl is very creepy and weird, but we're only a couple episodes away from the finale. So Fear got renewed for season 5. So, I'm very interested to see what's going on here with this character, where they're headed, what's going to be the big moment, because, it's almost a season finale. And I feel like this girl might be connected to a different community, because if it's only one girl, it's not that big of a threat. They can just, put a bullet in her head and it's over. But she doesn't really do anything wrong to them just yet, so I think they're just waiting it off a little bit. But I feel like there's more to this character than obviously we know, and I feel like there's a possibility of her being connected to a much bigger group, because we're only a couple episodes away from the finale. So I'm waiting, like any episode now, something huge should be happening. But that being said, getting back to the actual promo, so I'm gonna talk about the more that stuff in a little bit, but let's talk about Luciana for a second. I'm gonna talk about Strand and John too, but we got 2 sneak peeks of them, so I'll save that for towards the end, because there's a lot to say about that. But we see Luciana killing a walker here, and I believe in this episode she's gonna meet the new character we're getting, because I remember on the Comic-Con trailer she met this new character. So I think we're getting one more new character. I mean, maybe more, probably more, because we're getting a lot of new characters on Fear the Walking Dead. But I know Luciana's gonna meet this new character this episode, and I'm interested in seeing that. And then we see Wendell's badass mechanism, his wheelchair mechanism. He presses a button here, and then some spikes come out, and he kills a walker. And then we see a car roll down a hill, basically, and I'm pretty sure that's Strand, because we hear John say later on, "Why'd you do that for?" And that's pretty much it for the promo, because there's not a lot going on in the promo, but we did get 2 sneak peeks, and I'll talk about that right now. So the 2 sneak peeks primarily focuses on John and Strand, which is pretty cool because they actually connected one another. But basically, John and Strand are trying to cross this river, and they're trying to cross the river to find the group. And John actually says in this episode that he's looking for Charlie and June, because they were all together in episode 9, but they're not even close together anymore. Charlie and June are pretty far away from each other, because June is with Morgan, and then Charlie's with Alicia. So what I'm assuming is going to happen here is that they're going to find Luciana, and then maybe find Charlie and Alicia this episode, and then Morgan next episode, or maybe even Alicia and Charlie next episode. It all depends what they're trying to do, but it looks like they're slowly telling this story. So unless they want to cram everything in this episode, I feel like they're going to find the whole group is going to come back together maybe in episode 14 or 15. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna slowly start finding each other like it did in the previous episode. But that being said, Yeah, they're trying to go over this river, and Strand is disagreeing with John on the way he's trying to do it, but he starts paddling over here, and then a crocodile comes out of nowhere. This is the sneak peek that we got on The Talking Dead. A crocodile or an alligator, I couldn't tell which one it was, but an alligator starts coming towards him, and they kind of been teasing this throughout the season, that an alligator is coming on the show. This is another thing I want to talk about. I really hope there's more Storm too. I don't think so, but I was hoping in this episode we deal with the Storm a little more with John and Strand. Maybe we don't know for sure, but I definitely think it's a possibility, because I still want to see some more aspects of the Storm that I was hoping we were getting, but we never really did. But hey, it is what it is. But I'm still very excited for this episode, because I think John and Strand are both awesome characters. Both actors, Garrett Dillahunt and Coleman Domingo, are very talented and very charismatic and very cool, and both these characters are probably my favorite characters from Fear. John being one of my favorite newer characters, and I can't wait to see them interact with each other, and I think it's going to be a pretty good episode. And it looks like it's going to have Luciana too in it, and then also Morgan in the group. So enough of the little episodes and just a few characters in it. It looks like more characters are going to be throughout these episodes, and we're getting closer to the season finale, so some pretty crazy shit has to happen soon. I mean at least I'm hoping so. But I do have some high hopes for this episode, and I can't wait for the group to all get back together and deal with this new crazy woman, and I want to see what's the deal with her. I definitely believe she has to be connected to a much bigger community, just because she seems a very confident dealing with a group if she's just one person. I feel like she has some backup, but we're gonna have to wait and see what exactly goes on with her. But I'm gonna leave it off there. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. In the comments down below, be sure to leave your thoughts and predictions for episode 13 and then moving forward for Fear the Walking Dead. And thank you guys for all the support on these videos. And if you want daily Fear the Walking Dead and Walking Dead videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's been all things film, and until next time, peace.